Welcome viewers, this is Wadidja. As in, what did you do, what did you think, what did you enjoy? And here we are with Warframe 1999 as we continue our role-playing series, Eleanor's Kiss. This is episode 4, within Looping Machinations. I've been titling each episode as a line to a poem I'm writing to Lady Eleanor, all in preparation for the New Year's Kiss that we are to receive. I believe it's going to be Sunday when the server resets UTC time. For me on the East Coast, it's going to be 7 p.m. So definitely do tune in for that, as I'm sure it will be a momentous occasion. And I've definitely been looking forward to it, just as a culmination to, to me, what I'm referencing as the Hex Saga. Because it starts out with prelude in the Lotus Eaters, goes through the Hex Quest. Then I started my first role-playing series, Save the Hex, and that led to the Hex Quest Finale. And then I wanted to woo our Lady Eleanor in the second role-playing series, Poison to Your Plan, which was taking a course from Albert and Trotty's words when he was being tortured by what seems to be the Indifference, the man in the wall, a.k.a. Wally. And I'm not sure if that name might actually change. I mean, in the Hex Quest Finale, I heard a female's voice because the Indifference had taken over the Sculpture Commander and seemed to assume their vocals, their personality per se, in some way, shape, or form, or at least the personage of their voice. Either way, this third series, Eleanor's Kiss, of course, is all in regard to preparing for the Kiss come New Year's Eve. My goal has been to advance the calendar along the way to keep track or be in time with the season change when it turns into winter, which will be, of course, New Year's Eve, because this is December and here's the 31st. So we're going to go ahead and complete the task, and then of course accept the prize to be ready for Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, but it's midnight UTC time. Let me go ahead and make sure that we are live on the channel, because despite what PlayStation will say, PlayStation 5 here, it sometimes doesn't always go through for YouTube to be like, yes, we're in line with what your console is saying. Okay, we are looking good, and we have volume, which is good. Let me give a little welcome, viewers. But when we go ahead and do our bounties, definitely if there's any viewers which would like to join us for the occasion of a few bounties along the way, to also to get our more standing, to get some of the goodies from the vendors, which all of our Hex members are hosting that. That'll be great. Let me just check to see if there's anybody on the line that has been mentioning wanting to join. Oh, okay, Baro is at the relay. We'll stop on up there and see what he has to offer too. See anything good we'd like to get. Let's check to see if we have anybody. Just keep getting the wrong thing. But yeah, so we have Temple that's on. Rose is on. All right. Okay. Awesome. Well, let's slip real quick over to the relay and check out Baro, and then hit a few people up with some invites, see if they want to join us. Also, too, we'll go ahead and give the blessing to our Tenno for one of the goodies that we can give them as a Master Rank 30 True Master. Let's see here. All right. But yeah, it'd be great for folks to join us as well for these missions. But yeah, I definitely wanted to elaborate on my title of the episode within Looping Machinations, because I've been doing a little homework when I've had the time. Been, of course, taking care of my 2.5-year-old son, and we've both been dealing with a little bit of an illness there, but we're healing up just nicely. I don't know what's a good blessing to give. Affinity blessing, damage blessing, shield blessing. I always like something purposeful to the point. Resources are good. And let's sip on over to
Tenno, may I extend
Baro
an invitation to you.
with all his attitude. Make see if it's anything that we don't have that one. What's this? Ooh, some music. We're gonna take that. All right.
I underestimated you, Tenno.
Prime cleanser needed the shotgun. Okay, we can wait for that. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know. I haven't done any grinding for prime parts in a minute to really probably spare. I always like to try to keep a little extra something in case I want to gift a clan member or something like that, and just to keep certain things on stock. I'll be honest with you, I'm quite sure I don't have anything extra per se. And certain things that will look like I have extras, really there's no extras, just because of how many it may require to build a particular thing. Well, maybe I do have a few extras. Well, I do. I'll probably do that off camera because it's going to take me a minute to sort through that. Let's go ahead and boogie over back to 1999 and see if we can get a few people on the invite, because it looked like they were sitting in maybe a menu or the lobby, so this is probably a good time to try to catch them sooner than later, as far as wanting to join. Let's see here. Yeah, so Rose is there. We'll give her, okay, I need to go here. Here we go. News and Temple. I don't see Temple's other half, Righteous. But yeah, we'll go with that for right now and see what shakes down. And but yeah, like I said, the title.
This tongue has a mind of its own. I'm struggling to keep it in check over here.
I tell you, Eleanor is wild. Love her conversations. Let me move my camera again, guys. Can't ever find a good place to move it to. It's always something I'm blocking. Oh man, let's say hi real quick.
I wonder where she ended up, or if there's any of her left. We could have saved her, I think. We just didn't care enough. We thought she deserved what she got.
I wonder who this she is that she's referencing.
Bye.
Yeah, it's interesting. I did. Hold on.
Sight of the wonder you are, I will gladly be your mirror.
Lovely. I love her poetic speech.
Bye.
But yeah, I also too, real quick, I posted like a little short on one of the lines that Eleanor tends to speak every so often in reference to, after all we've been through, I'm not sure if you're here to save me. I know, say, if I'm not sure if you want to heal me or if you want to get sick yourself. I guess he's referencing the tech rot, the technocyte virus. And I found that rather profound, because I was like, I mentioned in an episode when it came across it, like, yo, is that possible? Is D going to go there? What was interesting is that I had a viewer, because I didn't think it was really a spoiler, simply because there are no, there's no proof or reference that D's really going to go there, and it's just really a conversational line that she gives. But a viewer actually felt like it was a spoiler, so I, apologized, respected the point, let them know it, wasn't my intent, and put a little potential spoiler, um, you know, in the title, in case anybody else may feel that way about it. But also too, I'm sitting there going, well, could have clicked off the video there, Chief. What, also too, it's kind of evident in the title, as well as I had, something on the front to denote the point. There's Rose. Let's invite her to the back room real quick. Excellent. She joined. Welcome, Rose. Welcome. But yeah, so I found that, unfortunate, but also too ironic because, we've got this New Year's Eve gift coming up, and it is what it is. I mean, you can check it out for your own risk. Various people might check it out, but it's not my bag to be spoiled to this degree. And really, the information out there is a leak, plain and simple. And I'd be surprised if DE doesn't ban people for it, or whoever is involved with it, or whoever else decides to promote the point, because it's real ugly, in my opinion, to put that kind of stuff out there, especially so soon to the point. And for the point of views or whatever it is that's going on, that's not cool. Hey, there's Rose. Welcome. She has a Ramir, faithful to the point.
So many ways. All you have to do is tell me what you want.
Oh my. I feel like they added a few lines to her dialogue, because I'll be honest with you, some of this stuff I wasn't hearing before. She is sultry. But yeah, so it's just wild what's going on out here with people. It's not, like I said, it's more than a leak. Somebody hacked the system and got that information in regard to what's to be had for us. So like I said, viewers, take it at your own risk. You see it on your feed, keep on moving, because yeah, it's But yeah, to this title. Hey Rose, you want to go ahead and run some bounties real quick? We can I can go ahead and finish jibber jabbering about my title for this episode, in Looping Machinations. I'm not seeing her comment in chat. I'm not sure if she's viewing or. Take your time fighting with Mike. Okay, no worries. Hey, I'll give you a second to work out the mic thing before we go in. Let me know when you might be ready. I don't know why it only has issue with. Yeah, that's a shame. Might check one of your settings. I don't know. Perhaps there might be something going on there. In your, go to your options in your audio. Perhaps, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, in Looping Machinations, like with this 1999 being an interesting isolation to the normal flow of the Warframe universe, and the fact that, of course, this timeline constantly keeps looping. Now, whether or not it loops in a positive regard to the Hex being successful in living is up to us in regard to completing the Hex Quest Finale. I, of course, did so, and we do have a positive loop, it seems, I would like to think. But the machinations in which all this is happening is the profound thing. It's like, is this really, a loop in time within the mainstream of things, or is this something completely separate from the flow of things, with similar to Deviri? And because it. Right. Because it doesn't seem like the rest of the world may be affected by it, but it's interesting that the rest of the world also too has knowledge of it. At least that's what it seems like in regard to the backstories of our Hex. Speaking of, I heard about this, I went there. I wasn't there to begin with, but went there. Author as well, went there. So in response to a circumstance. So, like I said, it's interesting, some of the people out there in the conversations or theories about it all. I personally feel as though, where did Rose go? Is she still in here? Oh, there she is. Okay. There's a mirror in her. So, like I said, I do believe that, personally, I think it's a loop within time. And it's not completely isolated from the circumstance, despite how it is contained, and it seems perhaps that the loop is isolated to this area, but I don't think it's completely removed from everything, especially in a way that we can
I could have lots of little babies.
use the Protoframe skins, role play the point of them. You know, I remember the conversation with Quincy. He stated, "Hey, I like to see what's up over there. You think you could be able to take me there?" Paraphrasing it. So yeah, it's and then also too, it's like within these
little sword holes in the floor.
Within these looping machinations, it's like, who is the one actually in control of the situation? Is it the so-called indifference? Is Albrecht involved in some way? I have a feeling it might be the indifference kind of helping this loop out in some way, shape, or form. I'm not 100% sure. But then again, also too, it's like, what was the purpose, you know, ultimately? And it's interesting how Albert says, you know, the poison to your plan, and, you know, the so-called indifference says, what is that? And I say so-called indifference because it's like, is it really indifferent? Who's really indifferent? Like, you know, Albrecht can seem a bit indifferent, but at the same time, you do hear conversations and lines from him which kind of tells you otherwise. You know, there's the relationship also too with Lloyd. You know, despite the whole, you know, Orican Empire and their whole, you know, be a little detached from things, you know, because yeah, it's like, it seems like if perhaps the indifference is responsible for these machinations.
Do you ever wonder how many laws we're breaking just by being together?
This is the line.
Laws, religious laws, laws of physics.
This is the line that I put up on my short. Like, what exactly is she referencing by these laws being broken? That was another short that I put up as well. But yeah, it's like, you know, because the indifference is sitting there. If it may be in control or the orchestrator of this loop, or the loop may best be happenstantial by the nature of the circumstances happening, not sure. But bottom line is, it seems like perhaps the indifference may be trying to understand human emotion, more so than it possibly being a byproduct from, you know, those who are involved. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But I think it is a bit, indifference, I think, may be a misnomer, you know, because definitely in the Hex Quest Finale, the indifference is like, you know, the Orican stole from me. You know, the children aboard the Zeraman, I gifted them. You know, and then it, you know, so it does not like being stolen, taken from. It, as most things in existence do not like. So yeah, it will be profound to see what all comes down of the pike, as far as, you know, who's truly indifferent.
Memory of the night sky, and all the stars were in the wrong places. That's how far apart in time we were when we were born.
Oh wow, that gave me goosies. Wow, that is awesome. But yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what's happening. Hey Rose, how we working out there? Are you got the mic situation squared, or is it going any better for you? But yeah, so like I said, I believe we'll have one more episode for the New Year's Eve Kiss. But at the moment, what we have, let me see if I can pull it up. Right. The way the titles are spelling out so far for the poem is, her kiss and potential possibilities creates a seal in looping machinations. I think I heard her voice. Was that Rose?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yes, there you are. All right, great. That's right. You can't see me when I'm as the operator. Here I am. Yeah, so you all set to boogie woogie?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll knock out some bounties. It looks like I need to do a tank takedown for Open Says Us. Wait a minute. Not letting us out. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. We're out. But yeah, it's telling me I need to do a tank mission. Yeah, tech rock, exterminate. Here we go, the tank assassination. All right, let's see. We're on normal. Cool. All right. So we'll take out said tank, get that accomplishment done, and advance us to in the counter. Looks like I might need to adjust some of my colors on him because, like I said, they did a brush pass on the way the skins show in game, as well as the motorcycles or the automocycles, because my author wasn't looking as deep and rich in black before they came back from the vacation. I appreciate it truly. It looks great, but I may have to adjust some of the tones because each time I've logged in, he's looked a little bit more. Everything's looked better and better each time.
From the bloodless glow of whatever screen has you transfixed, and witness what becomes of those who stray. Age 9's showtime. Oh, and have fun with it.
Yeah, we've got Lady Eleanor with us too. Great.
We all bowed to that massive ego earlier.
We got a Demon King on the prowl.
Well, the way I see it, no reason to start now. Let's take out his tank.
And so we are waiting for Rose to load in. Yeah, I think she's in. Leave some energy running here. Get a little juice. Working with Site T09 again. All right. Looking good. Nice. All right. Let's go get some. Somebody already got the bounty, 50 stationary things. Great.
The Hex have been spotted. Engage the barricades. Seal the sector.
Barricades. That's new.
But yeah, I'll present the build too at the end.
To get that, take out Skuldra until you find an emergency transponder.
In case those that may wonder, I'm running with my other author, and I kind of excited about the broadcast and some of the information I wanted to share. I was like, oh yeah, that's why I didn't introduce my cast. But yeah, as we saw, our fearless Tenno, our hero, Tenno Wadidja, and we have here our other potential author. I think we need to get closer to the objective for things. Like I said, all this was introduced in our first role-playing series, Poison to Your Plan, and Save the Hex for the Hex Quest Finale, and of course continued here in Eleanor's Kiss. But yeah, our other author was a result of our Tenno, or rather our Tenno using his abilities to go back in time and to save them, kind of triggered another sort of eternalism circumstance where another author appeared in Draviri and was able to find his way back to our Tenno, and I had to have some really good footage depicting that.
Future lives of surpassing wretchedness. Stormfall units descend.
in my story so far, and that will be included in my next piece that I'll be uploading after we receive the lovely Eleanor's Kiss. It'll be the end piece to the Hex Quest saga, and like I said, looking forward to it. But yes, we also too have our lovely Huros, which I had changed his coat coloring. I need to switch it back, but either way, like I said, I did another piece with some interesting role-playing elements. In one of the previous episodes where we actually replayed the second dream. So I wanted to get some footage to put together for this little piece that I'm making. Like I said, it should come together nicely. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it because it kind of gives some interesting notions as to this other author, and of course the tie to our fearless leader of the Hex, aka Broadsword. I think that's almost a good way to distinguish the both of them. It's like we look at leader of the Hex and the author as Broadsword, and my other author as author as well. But yeah, it's really cool what can be done with the eternalism theory and role-playing in the game. That's somebody's pet that's down over here. But yeah, another thing too, I want to look at the go into the mall and take a look at the phones that are off the hook, because one thing I keep forgetting is, like, can you hang them up now? Like, is there any difference in the mall in regard to hanging up the phones that are just off the hook? I always found that rather interesting. Not all of them are. It's like one or two phones in the mall that act like you might be able to hang them up. And I wonder if I can. But yeah, it's funny how another short I put up about, is that an email? Yeah. Referencing what Eleanor could have been talking about with the whole laws breaking thing. People were like, oh wow, well, you running around as Arthur's brother and possibly getting jiggy with Eleanor, with Arthur's brother, with the operator transferred into her. Maybe she's talking about that. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, but at the same time, like, luckily I'm role playing this as another author. This other author doesn't regard this Eleanor, as far as being in the Hex, as his sister. He does have a sister, Eleanor, but it ain't this one, so I feel like that's a nice comfort zone for me. But also too, it's all about the operator really being the one who's actually in a relationship with Eleanor.
About as effective as anything else you've done to stop the tech rot.
Don't look now, but you've got a Stormfall squad coming your way.
When I find out what they're from.
Mia's getting strange readings from that tank. You better finish it off quick.
But yeah, I really do enjoy this, what they brought to us. But yeah, it will be interesting to see just what direction DE decides to take this whole situation with Albert and Trotty, the indifference, the so-called indifference, I like to reference it as. Because, yeah, it would really be great to have confirmation as to whose voice, who's the true persona, perhaps, behind, you know, some of the very eloquent and lovely words being spoken. And where's the other little piece of nastiness to shoot off? There we go. Because like I said, to me, I found what seems to be Albert and Trotty's words to be quite profound. You know, and then you've got the online ban and what they say come New Year's, where they're like, hey, you ever have your heart broken, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, time is everything, and love is time. I was like, yeah, boy, that's what's up. But at the same time, if you think about what they're saying, it is profound, because time, depending on who you're talking to and what aspect of, say, physics or quantum physics, or even within eternalism, time may be an illusion of sorts, right? Or, you know, if this indifference perhaps is the one behind the machinations that are looping, you know, to take from the title, and it's a child of the void, a product of the, perhaps a product of the void, or you know, all it knows perhaps is the void. It, you know, time seems to be a bit irrelevant in the point of the void. And if perhaps the truth to it is that time is an illusion, then perhaps it's saying that love is an illusion of some sort. I don't know. Be interesting to see where they go. I hope you don't go there necessarily, because I like to think that love is not an illusion, although one could argue the point. Nevertheless, yeah, I'm really looking forward to knowing like whose voice it is that's telling us all this. And I'd like to think that it's the actual Albert and Trotty who said, you know, oh, the poison to your plan, love, and it's not perhaps it role-playing with itself, perhaps. You know, it's like, okay, this is my inner voice, this is my outer voice. You know, who knows how many different which ways the game's being played on itself, or with us, or even with Albert and Trotty. Yeah, it's interesting, because like I said, it's just profound words. And then, like I said, when our Tenno goes to let's slip up to the back room real quick, Rose. Oh, we lost Rose. We'll try to invite her back in a minute here. You know, in the Hex Quest Finale, when our, you know, Tenno goes to, hold up, back room, back to the Zeraman, and experiences what he does to save the Hex, you hear Albert and Trotty, or what seems to be Albert and Trotty at first, you know, first person talking, speaking about, don't you think these decisions weigh on me too?
Yes, I know it's not the same, but it would be fun.
Yeah, it would be.
I'd get you in so much trouble.
Yeah, we'll be playing on that in our next role-playing series, so it's good that she said that. But yeah, oh, hold on, let me invite Rose real quick. And see if it's anybody. Oh, it's Righteous. Okay, well, let's see where's. Oh, we lost Rose. Yeah. I'm gonna invite Righteous. I don't see Temple and Rose. Oh, here we go. Just didn't scroll down. There we go. All right. And so yeah, we have advanced time. Boom, the 31st. There it is. So all we have to do is accept a gift. We'll do that at the end of the episode, and that'll put us right in line for the day to come. Cool. Excellent. Let me invite Rose back. And but yeah, it's like, you know, Albert, like I said, don't you think these decisions, you know, weigh on me too? These choices weigh on me too? And then he goes into expressing.
I'll show you around if we ever get out of it. You can laugh at our primitive ways.
You know, more profound words, in my opinion. In his quotes, he's like, your heart would struggle to move them. And this was actually at the end of the Hex Quest Finale. But he says, your heart would struggle to move them. It had to grow, the only way it ever does, with others. Carry this power with mercy, Tenno. Like, I don't think that's the indifference. Or the so-called indifference. I mean, it seems exceptionally profound for it to talk that way. So yeah, I really hope DE, you know, like I said, brings clarity to that. Doesn't mess with us too much about the point or leave it as if it's vague. But I don't think that it's the so-called indifference saying that. I'm quite sure it's Albert and Trotty. At least to me, that's what it seems like. But anyway, yeah, so we're all set. It's all right. And we'll go ahead and run a few more bounties, and then go ahead and close out the episode. No need to make it too long, but definitely if anybody wants to join in for some bounties or has any other talking points they'd like to discuss, it'd be great to engage in them. Like I said, it's just super awesome what they're doing here with this. And yeah, like I said, they got the blacks gleaming on my author here. They got it gleaming. But see, I had things set up because on his colors a certain way because of his change in his mutation in the way of things. But yeah, I'll go over the build, like I said, before we close out the episode, which will also to break down an element of the role play within
Excalibur.
This
what
other's
made you like him?
author. Oh, thank you. Is it John? Am I pronouncing it correct? Welcome viewers. Welcome. I mean, I've been a long time fan of the Arthurian legend, and especially the sword Excalibur. And you know, back in 2014, we can go ahead and slide out Rose for another bounty while I talk with John here over this. Yeah, I mean, I've got it's the first video in my playlist for Warframe.
I've seen some streams and videos, and you're always Excal, so I've been wondering.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, I'm an Excal main. Thank you for watching, for sure. You know, in my playlist, that was my first video that I made, you know, just sharing.
Excalibur main. My kind of party.
Yeah. Join me anytime. Most definitely. There's always other potentials of us, for sure. But yeah, I first video on the channel in regard to just my elation and just how taken I was with you know, Warframe and having this character Excalibur. I'm like, ho, I get to beat a sword? Oh, and I mean, like I said, this was back in late 2014, 2015. I think it's April 2015. 2015, I think it was when I posted that video. And like I said, the Arthurian legend, the Excalibur sword, the movie Excalibur. I think it was in the 80s or something like that. Definitely, if you haven't seen the movie Excalibur, check it out. A lot of famous actors.
You said something about how people only do one moveset with Exalted Blade and then you do other movesets and...
Yes, sir. Yes, most definitely. Yes, sir. Most definitely. That's what's up. I mean, like I said, oh, Rose is stuck. Uh-oh. Where is she stuck? Yeah, like I said, it's like being the Excalibur main from jump and through all these years. And of course, when Umbra hit for us, it is Rose. Okay, cool. And it was 2018. I wanted to know what was up. I like all the move sets. I like understanding the effectiveness of the combinations. It's not just about just holding the button down and spamming it. You can do it all day. You know, look, but yeah, if you hold your, I'm not sure how it might be set up for everybody else. I have my configurations a little differently. It was my L2. Yeah, so my aim weapon, when I have the Exalted Blade out, allows me to hold, it's block basically also too. And so you can, you know, do various different button combinations to actually to actually trigger different moves. Knock them off their feet. Got your ground slams. You got your aerial attacks.
I have 3 mains myself: Nova, Limbo, and Gyre.
Nice.
Limbo players left low.
Yeah, you know, yeah, Limbo's another one that's right on. Limbo's another one that's fairly controversial, especially in a manner in which he can control the environment of which other players play in, for sure. We got King is down. And yeah, he's another one that requires a good bit of finesse, for sure. People can be wigging out, man, on how people decide to play him one way or another. Similar with Excalibur, like depending on what's going on, people can wig out on Excalibur in the way they may play him. Especially on certain missions where you need to kind of hold your ground. A lot of people feel like they can't hold their ground with him, but it's like just crouch and you can swing. You can actually too vary your button presses to actually execute the same type of combos.
His rework. His regular version is still my #1 used framed lol at cow, but he is low.
Right on. I think you're referencing is it Limbo or Excalibur? I think it's referencing Limbo. But yes. So yeah, I appreciate the question. Thank you for sharing as well. You know.
Yes, Limbo.
Right on. Thank you for sharing your passion for your main as well. You know, I mean, there's occasional situations where I might have to switch out. You know what I'm saying? To something that might be more effective or just make my life easier to get through it, rather than trying to push the nature of the challenge. Like just like 1 or 2, maybe 3 master rank tests where I was like, oh, okay, let me min-max a build for a vault, so I can get through this faster, because like I can load my Excal with all kinds of speed mods, but nothing's going to touch vault and what he does. A Rose is down.
So why's Auto Whisper over his third? You mentioned in a previous stream.
Right, most definitely. Yeah, like I said, when Umbra hit the market and we got access to the Radio Howl, I decided to keep that in there instead of switching to a Radio Blind. But also, too, I work with the, Exalted Blade, Chromatic Blade build, and the Condition Overload. And with those two together, you want to have you want to have as many status types hitting the enemies as possible. As well as it's more effective as far as damage and killing enemies. So yeah, Zaku's Whisper allows me to have a 4th element to my Chromatic Blade and Condition Overload, as well as the fact that I like the invested look over my skin. To me, it adds to my fashion frame, especially now that I'm running with the Protoframe and how, they have more control over the humanity. The Technocyte virus hasn't taken over them completely. I'm role-playing it as an aspect of my other potential author manifesting it himself and his ability to control the Technocyte virus, or the Tech Rot. And, also too, it coincides with this other author being another Umbra as well.
Interesting way to build Excal.
Oh yeah. I love it. But yeah, I mean, with that in mind, we can go ahead and slide to the back room, and I'll go ahead and show the build, because I typically show it in the beginning, but I got kind of hung up on my jibber jabber. And so we'll invite Rose if she wants to hang for a little bit, and then we'll probably run one more bounty. Yeah, what? Bounty on mission. Huh? Why is that still saying that? Anyway, I think it'll go away. We'll run one more bounty probably for this episode. Unless anybody else wants to join us or anybody has anything in mind they'd like to try to accomplish, I can give my hand. But yeah, thanks for the questions. Like I said, I love sharing the passion. Rose, I have no idea why that's sitting there saying that mission. Somebody, another player queued that before I came to the back room, so I don't think it has anything to do with us. It'll go away, I think, once we set up another bounty. So yeah, like I said, let me move me camera. I'll just turn it off for a second.
Also, why the green Archon shard?
Right. So, because it marries very well with the build. And every little bit of survivability does help. Now, it's not going to... I mean, if they want you dead, doesn't matter what kind of survivability you have, they can take you out. But the thing of it is, with enough finesse and skill and tactic, you can survive in some tremendous situations with Excalibur. And of course, there's other ways to trick it out. And also to keep in mind, my build will compensate for adjustments if I need some kind of extreme nation of survivability, range, power, strength, etc. So yeah, I'm working with this Archon continuity. And it's lovely because yet I can add even more status effects to my chromatic blade and my condition overload. So this, any ability to give toxin also too will apply corrosive status. Lovely. Actually, I think I can put my camera up. I don't think it's gonna be in the way if I put it here. So yes, so like I said, with the chromatic blade build, the emissive color changes, increases status changes by 300%. But of course that's at its max, depending on your power strength. You definitely want to be over 200% with Excalibur in regard to it to begin reaching those thresholds. And of course, I have Archon Flow.
Blade works with Archon mods.
Yes, sir, it does. Yes. I apologize if I'm not getting the pronoun right, but yes, John. Yes. It does. My grandfather's name is John. My mother's name is Johnny, Joni. Like I said, John runs in. I like the name John. Either way, yes, they do, which is super awesome. So like I said, I've got what I consider to be my universal build here, and definitely some fleeting expertise for duration and efficiency.
For years and never though it triggered it.
Oh, really? Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm in it to win it. So, I mean, there's other builds out there. There's other people with their own opinions.
Trigger them.
I would think that they can, as long as their abilities are inflicting the type of damage that's being specified. I do have this Archon Flow in, which talks about code. I'm not emitting code for right now for this ability, but at the same time, to have my energy above 500 is the main point. And I mean, why not put in the Archon Flow? It's not going to hurt anything one way or the other. Like if you're not going to use the Archon Flow, then of course you'd want to use the Prime Flow, but they have the exact same energy percentage increase. So that's why I'm rolling with it. It looks pretty too. And so yes, also too, Hunter Adrenaline for the inflicting melee damage with a heavy strike and you return health to you. I mean, I've been using that since Jump. Well, really not that. I mean, that one's pretty recent, but its predecessor was, of course, Rage. But you can combine Rage and Hunter Adrenaline if you'd like for even more aspects. Of course, sure-footed to make sure we stand on our feet. But with the Archon continuity, inflicting toxin damage and corrosive damage, it's going to give me...
May I ask about the other builds?
Yeah, sure. I'll bring you to it in a sec. Like I said, so I'm giving here toxin and radiation, along with, like I said, the Archon continuity giving corrosive, so that is a fourth element damage. And like I said, this condition overload, 80% melee damage per status effect. You gotta love it. And like I said, we're working with this And I'll pull it up like, hold on. Yeah, pull it up like this. Yes. And we're working with the Zaku Whisper, giving a 5th elemental type. So, like, I'm hitting them hard, my personal opinion. As hard as I can. And like I said, can flip things around on the build as far as, you know, changing out an element if necessary to suit a particular enemy type if what I've got going on isn't adequate enough. So like I said, the Zaku's Whisper was good to go ahead and replace the Radio Javelin. Radio Javelin's cool, but like I said, to maximize my potential for the Exalted Blade is what I do, what I love to do.
How well does it work in endgame Steel Path?
Works fine for me. I mean, I typically run Steel Path. I'm running normal mode, you know, because I don't mind running normal mode, number one, but also two is in courtesy to Rose and various different other players who come through that prefer to run in normal mode. But I run Steel Path all the time if I'm not running with somebody that prefers to run in normal. Simply because also, too, I want the Steel Essence to get the goodies from Teshin. You know what I'm saying? The Umbra mods, Umbra Forma, and whatever else he has that I may be wanting. But also, too, I enjoy the challenge, you know, because for me in Steel Path, I get to put my whole kit to use. You know what I'm saying? I got to hit him with some Slash Dash, got to hit some Mario Howl, got Zaku Whisper, got Radio Blind. You know what I'm saying? I need to combine my techniques. You know, whatever pet I'm running with, I tend to like my Hyros to use the invisibility because I can use my my abilities without decloaked if I do not hit a my melee attack or shoot a weapon. I think I missed the message.
Looking for new ways to play Steel Path or make it even harder. Once you get a good setup, it becomes too easy, so sometimes I like.
Right, I get you. Temple senses a message. Yeah, I don't know about making it too harder, but yeah, I get your point. You always like that fresh challenge. See, Temple says, "Hey, Wadidja, I wish we could join, but in
that same Kerbro for a while. I've seen older videos of you using him, lol."
Yeah, I fell in love with the Hyros from jump, especially the normal or what they might consider athletic build, which requires you to breed them a certain way because they're dimorphic. The females look different than the males, and then also too, in like if you see this image in the codex, that's where I fell in love with it. It's in this quest here. It's this image right here. That's a normal male Hyros, and like I said, the females look different with fluffy body hair. The bulkies that people like, the really big bulkies, or even the very skinny, slim is what they call them, Hyroses. It's a totally different look. I mean, that look to me was fantastic. And I mean, it just reminded me of the classic sci-fi movies like A Boy and His Dog, things like that. Just, you know, just the companionship of it. I loved it. So yeah, without a doubt. And then plus two, to breed them with the Lotus print was the other bag. So I became like a Hyros breeder, to be honest with you. Like I was trying to see if I could breed my Hyros to get a white coat, but I never could. The closest I got was actually this pale blue that is actually this Hyros' natural color. But also too, in breeding them, they can have many different sizes, you know, and so like I said, I'll let me see. I don't mess things up here. So attachments, take that off. So yeah, this is my Hyros' natural color. This was the closest I could get to a white or pale gray within multiple breedings, but also too to get him that large. I have extensive prints, and I actually awarded clan members who reached a certain rank blueprints to have their own Lotus print Kubro. but some people abused that particular point, and so I had to stop that. But I think I have a new clan member who I know will honor the point, so I'm actually looking to see which breed of Kubro they may want a Lotus print for. But yeah, I have, like I said, extensive breeding experience with the Huroses. Yes, one of my fave. But also too, like for extenuating situations like we were talking about on those challenging things where, you know, dying, for example, is not going to get you the reward. I run with my Vasca here. You know, because, you know, when you actually get lethal damage and you go down, the Vasca resurrects you without the game even registering that you're downed. So you will see me run with the Vasca definitely in certain extreme circumstances. But yes, nevertheless, my favorite is my this particular Lotus Huros that I have here. But yes, I have a mini of Huroses. Let's see, we'll do it by name. And but yes, I put the name of what it is just simply because when you look at a player's, you know, list here, how it lists the name of what you have: Excalibur, Umbra, Steel Chart, you know, Nataruk, Pox, Skiajati, Lotus Huros, rather than per se my own personal name for him, which actually is Invictus, by the way, which is named after my clan. But yes, give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and give a little response here. And then I'll show you my other aspects of my builds for my Excalibur. So looking forward to next time. Enjoy. And so yeah, like I said, so right now I haven't had much of a need to change over various different things, and I was experimenting with some stuff. But like for example, I made a radial blind build for my role playing, as my other potential author was trying to remember exactly who he truly is to get to this. Like I said, to show that he was actually another Umbra as well. I was experimenting with just Wrathful in regard to extra damage. But like I said, it's this capacity. Sometimes I like to run the stealth missions, you know, with my Excalibur rather than switching to, say, Ivira. But, you know, I have other builds, like I said, for certain extenuating circumstances, like my Elvira for certain stealth missions, for example, if I need some type of like extra protection for some particular situation where my radial howl blinding the enemy and my ability to kill him fast isn't working, I'll switch to, say, one of my Frost build or something like that. Where is my Frost Prime? Ah, there he is. So, you know, I have different things. Like, you know, you want to go for an extenuating farm situation, got Necros. I always loved Misa. She's so sexy and cool. It's no funny. Oh my gosh, if they come up with a Protoframe skin for Misa, woo! They better don't do us some justice. But yeah, so in regard to Excalibur, like I said, I have this particular polarity set up with Valzarin, so that like maybe I have an extenuating circumstance where it's like, okay, maybe if I'll go ahead and do without my efficiency. Whoa, where are we going here? And I decide to throw in some adaptation, right? And keep my let's see here. Right, keep my chromatic blade. I could do something like that, for example. Or, for example, this is just giving you examples. Or if I wanted to go ahead and have, you know, work with the whole quick-minded aspect, you know, I could pop that in. let's just say it's not quite as efficient to go ahead with our hunter drilling to melee strike and give health back. Let's just say it isn't for whatever reason. I could always still maintain a chromatic blade build. I can maximize the potential of quick thinking with gladiator fitness and quick thinking, for example. You know, so I get a 300% efficiency on that. If I wanted to go ahead and do a an extended aspect for like range, for example. Let's see. Make sure so I could go ahead and pop things out and give extra range to the point. I could use this Archon stretch, which actually I've never really leveled that up. Hadn't had any need for it yet to do so. Do we have enough cash for that? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but you get my point. I'll worry about that later. I'm not even using that bot right now. But bottom line is, actually, it'd probably be better. That's right, to put that over here. Right. Put that there. But you get my point. It's set up to be able to accommodate aspects for extra range, as well as maybe swap it out for some extra power strength, for example. Let's see, where is that? Yeah, so you have your blind rage and you have transient fortitude. To me, is a little bit better to work with more often than not. Like so if I wanted to try to max out my power strength for my Excalibur, I could do something like that with the way I have my build set up, or at least come close to it, or give myself more than what I currently have. So, like I said, this all came from my years of experience in build, trial and errors with my original Excalibur. Where is he? Where's? Oh, there he is. Right. Where I pre-polarized him like 20 some odd times, 26, 27, 27, 28 times. The 29th was to actually turn my OG original Excalibur into an Umbral Excalibur. But bottom line is, through the years of experience making him my main, I came up with specialized build combinations for extenuating circumstances, where I would have to switch over. Like this one, looks like it was set up for, looks like extra armor, extra range. These are old builds. I mean, this does not coincide with the way things are now. But here's another example where the build looks like to be set up for quick thinking and extra armor. Extra health for whatever situation may have needed to keep him alive, extra more so than any other time. But you get the point. Each build was known to be effective in whatever that extenuating circumstance was, in which case my universal build didn't work out. So yeah, I mean, they all varied. Don't pay too much attention to what's actually in there, but the polarities were all different. Like I said, all through experimentation with my first Excalibur. But that all, like I said, all prepared me for when Umbra came out in 2018 to have a universal build for Umbra, and which I've had very little modification with since then. Like I said, I've only polarized it 8 times altogether, and that was just to compensate for arcanes, Archon shards here. But I don't know if I left off on a point, but you mentioned the question about the toxin. Like I said, because I'm using toxin for this Archon continuity, I found it rather beneficial to gain health from enemies affected by toxin status. They don't have to be killed by it. All they have to do is be affected by it, which is great. And then this here gives me health regeneration, which works nicely when you're trying to get out of a situation and your health is being drained super fast or being drained in some kind of way. This I found has come in handy. I don't have to worry as much about my health or trying to, transfer in to and from my Warframe. Also, too, I found it handy just to facilitate this as far as just maintaining health. Now, if the content or my circumstances, and I'm still experimenting with the point of whether or not I want to maintain it. If it turns out that it's absolutely no good, and actually I do
/toxic DMG low, that's the one thing that kills me the most low.
Right. It's very effective. But yeah, if I find that in the long run this isn't something to stick with, I'll of course go ahead and add more power strength to the circumstance. But right now I like the way it works for me. I like the survivability. I don't have, and plus too, because you have different modes where you either can't use gear or you're limited to the amount in which you use gear. Like you have to wait for a refresh. So like I said, those things come in handy. Sometimes I might not catch it in time to do a transfer out of the Warframe. Working with, because I tend to like to work with Zeneric to make sure I maintain energy as well. All these things marry into the build. All these things are my strategies and tactics that I'm using all the time. You get 50% additional energy. Like every so often you'll get a free cast. This temporal drag is excellent as far as slowing down enemies that want to run around. Of course, I have all my ways open for my passives. But there's times where transferring...
I only ever use Materite for Void Angel farming.
Right on. Yeah, I started out with Materite. When we learned the true potential of our abilities, that was the choice that I made with the Lotus initially. But yes, as far as the equipment, I'm all about making sure I can do what I do without hindrance to the point. So like I have the Magus glitch to make sure that I can transfer to and from the Warframe without any problems when and then also too I have the health restore to the Warframe. I used to run with the Magus Elevate and Magus Vigor. But I like running with a universal build, whereas no matter where I go, I can still do what I do. I don't have to worry about switching things around unless I run across some extenuating circumstance. But again, that also too takes us back to the build as to the reason why I don't push the point of certain aspects of damage, and I make sure that I can keep power, in case something hits my Warframe or Protoframe in this situation, or my other author, Umbra Protoframe, and, to make sure I keep energy. Because, like, for me, it's all about keeping my chromatic blade out, long, hard, and strong, as much as possible, and being the sword. That's what it's about for me. So, but definitely Arcane Fury I found to be quite effective with that as well. So like I said, to me, there's no one element that I'm misplacing or not considering in regard to my build. Now, because I run with the Exalted Blade, my weapons here are kind of almost for show, but yet they are effective. So I have elements for dealing with, going through shields, so that, with the slash and the viral, to go ahead and attack directly to the health, because you do have some corpors that act like, it's just like beyond retard. Pardon the phrase, it's beyond ridiculous, shall we say, how they're over shields and their shields are just ridiculous. And so, you really just want to bypass that and kill them. So, I've got things like that, and I like the Nautaruk, and it's very effective, a lot of damage. I like the look of the infested aspect if this is manifesting from my Warframe or Protoframe's body. I like to role play that aspect. And of course, I have the pox here with electric and gas. Brings you back to that point you were mentioning about the gas. You know, I could pepper them with this, hit them with that, come in with the exalted blade, and let me tell you, they're not liking the situation at the end of all that. And of course, I have like different variations depending on what's up. You know, viral heat, electric gas for the pox. And again, it's like manifesting from his body is my way I like to role play it. And you know, at Nautarok, I have like a viral puncture build, corrosive radiation, corrosive heat, toxic radiation, magnetic heat, and it looks like I need to put some other mads in magnetic radiation. I think I didn't decide to continue with that. I don't know. But either way, though, I have different builds for my Nautarok depending on the circumstance. And no, I don't have any of the Kuva weapons. I actually befriended the one lich that I learned, you know, came across. Like I said, I wanted to learn the Kuva lich system, but I kind of have this middle path element to my role play in the game too. Like I've had, you know, various different quests where, you know, I swung from yin to yang, but I always come back to walking that middle path. I even spent hours and days, and my wife even helped me figure out the math to having my standing where there's nobody coming after me ever. I'm cool with everybody. So, you know, and I just basically go to the marketplace and hey, help some Tennos out that may need some plat if it's something out of them that I want to get. I used to play them and level them up and da-da-da to get this, that, and the other, but then I started getting pissed with them come fucking with me in the mission. Like, I'm like, look, I ain't here for all that. So, like I said, I like to keep it balanced, similar to real life. I'm not an antagonist, and it's not my bag, but yeah, I like to be cool, keep it cool with folks. But yes, I apologize, Rose. I got you hanging out over there. I hope you're doing all good. We can go ahead and run another.
Arbiters and Steel Madarian at rank 5, and the other 3 are always attacking Meal Mao.
Right. I mean, let's see. Yeah, I mean, like to me, it just, like I said, it's not my bag. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep it cool with folks, even if they may not like me. Let's just respect the fact that you wouldn't want me as your enemy. But nevertheless, though, in game, it just irritated me. But the benefit to it is you get certain blueprints and what have you when they, you know, when you do take them out. Like, for example, the one of the ones I like to have equipped in my wheel, of course, and are the ancient protector specters. And see, like I said, my wheel, all this is part of my strategy and tactic. I have my specters in here in case I need some backup or some distraction from a circumstance, or I need them to hold a certain position on an intercept mission that I might be running solo, because I like running solo a lot too. I mean, just for the challenge, like you were talking about, and to put my skills to the test. But yeah, I can run interception solo with them. Holding the situation down while I
vibing in front of the TV, lol.
Okay, all right, cool. Appreciate it. Thank you. I wanted to check on you. Didn't want to feel like I was I didn't remember you were hanging out. But yes, wonderful. So my gear is also to a part of my strategy attacks. That's the reason why I have like my energy restore. Like I said, energy for Excal to keep that sword out. You know what I'm saying? It's the most important thing, because I can then give myself health back with my attacks. You know, shields I'm not worrying about because I run with the Hunter Adrenaline. I work on that cycle feed.
Switch over and do an idling hunt with a friend.
Oh, okay. All right. Definitely enjoy. Like I said, I'll be wrapping up the episode anyway after this. I'll probably run one little bounty with Eleanor again. But yes, please do enjoy. And thank you again for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Definitely. So yeah, like I said, not too worried about shields, although it's necessary when it is, and of course ammo is necessary when it is. But yeah, at my gear thing. Yes, you too. My gear is set up for my strategy and tactics as well. So like I said, to me, it's an interplay with it all, which is great. You know what I mean? And to me, that allows players to do what they wish, in my opinion, as long as it's effective, as long as it gets the job done. And, you know, if you're playing with a team, you're able to be a team player and be a beneficial to them. That's my bag. I mean, the only play people have ever given me in regard to Excalibur is, why are you playing with Excalibur? You know, there's so many other frames that can do what he does better. I'm like, excuse me? There's no other frame that has the exalted blade. What other frame you get to be the sword? Well, what you talking about, Pilgrim? Yeah, you can swing your little melee sword around all you want, but you know, I got one of them too. You know, and I run with the skid.
When people say that.
Yeah, me too. This a wealth of do as you please.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's like do as you please. That's what Warframe's about. Have it as you will. I mean, I love the devs in that they give us free will in this. That's what it's about. You know, amen. But yeah, I run with the Skid of course, because of you know, he's an Umbra. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you play the quest, what was two things that were sitting there? Umbra and that sword. To me, they're inseparable. And so, you know, and plus too, I like the way it hangs off the bat. It's almost like its own Dana there. But like I said, my other author / Umbra has been on the evolution.
And being on top of everything. Use what you want and do what you want.
Right. But nevertheless, pay attention to that meta. Pay attention to the meta because you want to, in my opinion, incorporate elements of that meta in what you're doing, as long as it doesn't take away from your freedom. And I do the same. You know, I pay attention to the metas out there, and I'm like, okay, that's nice, but, you know, you dead in this situation. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, you getting some juicy red crits, as they like to say, but you dead in this situation. So, like I said, to me, I like to run with the universal build where I'm alive all the time, you know, as much as possible. If I am down, it's probably because I wasn't paying attention to something and not doing what I needed to do within my kit. But yeah,
personally, I have a meta build in case I need it for something super hard, but also have my fun builds.
Bravo. Check. Exactly. That's how you want to handle it. Bravo. No doubt. And so yeah, I mean, I love Warframe like this. I mean, with it. I mean, like, I can't recall any other game that gives it to you like this, where it's like pretty much 99 to 90 some high 90% chance. You know, if you pay attention to what's up, you know, you want to reference, you know, all the different juicy details about how to be effective. You know, check out your guides on Warframe wiki. Check out people's videos about their metas or whatever. I don't even think I have a video dedicated to what I do on the build. You know what? I need to put one out there. You know, it's going to be mad debate and mad people coming back talking about this. Yeah, okay. We'll have the discussion. I'll be polite in response to you. Hopefully they'll be polite in their critique of me and what I do. But like I said, what I do truly does serve me, and I mean, there's footage to prove it. But you know, you want to definitely check out your factions. You want to know what they like, what they don't like as far as damage, how they hitting you. You know, pay attention to all those particulars in maximizing the potential of what it is that you prefer and how you prefer to run.
Swimming round and round like a goldfish in a great big bubble of void.
Eleanor, I tell you, you lovely woman. But yeah, so yeah. Like I said, I love it, and I appreciate you commenting on things and sharing, you know, what you enjoy as well, and asking questions. Like I said, I love sharing the passion. It's very enjoyable. But yeah, next series, like I said, he's been in an evolution stage, but you know, it's all in preparation for, you know, this. You can't do without the loincloth, baby. You gotta, oh yeah. But like I said, he has been coming into his own quite nicely, and plus too is like, when I make that switch, you know, as a former motorcyclist, like I said, you see my banner on my channel. Like I said, I ran it like this in real life. You know what I'm saying? I get to live the dream in game like it too. But I can't really rectify the point of the loincloth and the back wheel. Like in real life, you rip your head off. But we do have a nice. So yeah. So when he gets that loin, we're gonna have to run with this one. And I'm so glad they made a pass on the sheen. That looks way better than it used to, and they still need some work on it. Cause like this is looking dull and this is looking shiny. They're still doing some touch ups on everything. But I love the look of this. Yeah, I mean, I really do. It's just I haven't rectified in my head with the loincloth from Umbra. I mean, it's just, you know, so it's just my role play of it. You know what I mean? We know it ain't gonna get caught, but I just, in my head, a motorcyclist for 17 years, mind you, okay? And you saw the way I bring, look at my banner, you see the way I bring it. Leathers 1.8 millimeters thick, actual functional protective gear, you know, despite the look, me, the motorcycle, the bike, we had to look like one. One couldn't be overshadowing the other. But yeah, the same thing with the gameplay here, and the way I like to role play, and the way I like to be effective in things. It all needs to come together and be and do what it's supposed to do, and look effective, and be effective. You know, be functional as well as aesthetic. So yes, real life and in game, that's my bag. That's how I like to role play. But yeah. Like I said, it's awesome. But yeah, I got a lot to in store for videos and gameplay. Like I said, I need to get the Kuva weapons, and they're gonna come out with some more leeches with the online band. So there's some minor little things that I need to sort of do to get my master rank up to, say, legendary 4 or 5. But when I hit True Master, I wasn't that hungry about it. But then I was like, let me get some legendary under me. So I did a little extra push on some stuff. But I've got a few Warframes to learn and experience as well, because I haven't played Jade yet, or Comey, or Cytio 9. I've got Sagoth Prime and Proteor Prime to level. I think I need to buy
the Tonkor and then the Tenant weapons from farming the Void Keys.
Yeah, and I mean, you can.
I'm excited about the Coda farm.
Right. But I mean, it's not just so simple as that, and then also too, I need to get the mechanical pets from the sisters of Parvos. I've got things in line and all set up for that too.
Warframes.
Yeah, they look very interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. But like I said, when I pop back in after having a little vacation messing with the First Descendant, the so-called competitor, but it has a lot to offer. It's cool. But this is home for me. Don't get it twisted. The 1999 took me by storm. What they did with the Protoframe skins, long time coming. So glad they got here. It just, my mind blew up on just the role-playing aspects. So definitely looking forward to furthering our tale of my other author and our other Umbra. So yeah, with the gameplay of getting those Kuva weapons and the new leeches, and the getting the other pets for the Sisters of Parvos too. Like I said, I got everything set up and ready to go for it, and looking forward to that. And this year is going to be spectacular with what they have to bring to us in regard to the 1999 content, more 1999 content, or rather an expansion of it. It may not be contained in 1999, but we'll see. Looking forward to the next dev stream. See what they have to say to us. It's going to be thrilling, most definitely. So yeah, we'll go ahead and run one more bounty. I'll put it on Steel Path. I'll run it solo too, and I won't do too much talking so I can focus on what I'm doing, because I get to jibber jabbering and misstepping on a particular thing I may or may not need to be doing, so I'm not falling on my bum, scooting around. But yeah, no, I like the added challenge level of the Steel Path here on the 1999 content. The enemy levels are higher than anything else, I think, unless you go into, say, what is it, exterminating? Okay. Unless you go into, I wonder if I'll do one more, like an endless mission type, and the enemies are just, getting more difficult the longer you're in it. But this to me is like, without going into like an endless mission type, it's nice to see the level of challenge that this brings me. But yeah, also too, heads up for those, little tip here, when it comes to our New Year's Eve little kiss situation, as well as keep in mind with most quests, a lot of times it will remove certain cosmetic options like your helmet or certain facial attachments and things like that, belts even. So this outfit works real well in the styling and for me and my taste in roleplay too, without having a hood or any other cosmetics. And this is also too what we started out with our Hex Quest and Save the Hex finale, the Hex Quest finale, and they kind of keep it consistent. And I believe this New Year's Kiss is happening after the events of the Hex Quest finale, if I'm not mistaken, the way they saved him. So it suits the fact that he would be wearing the same thing. But yeah, realize that your cosmetics will possibly disappear. So just keep it basic to the transference suit, in my opinion, on how you may want to keep it. But yeah, just bear in mind, that's what's up.
Be my guest.
She got me. Yep, I did.
But yeah, while he's juicing up. But yeah, there's various different Archon shards you could put into your Warframe 2 to give you health as soon as you spawn in. And I'm like, I'm not going to take up a whole Archon shard for just some health for when I spawn in. But yeah, so, but yeah, I love it. I like it a lot. But yeah, you'll see how, he'll take damage. He'll keep his health up with the Hunter Adrenaline. I'll be regenerating the whole time through the damage of the toxin, as well as just basic regeneration, period. But, using all the various different aspects of attacks, your spin attacks, ground pounds, hit them hard. But because, I have a channeling ability with the Exalted Blade, and then too, I'm using the Zaku Whisper, which causes a drain as well as a recast of abilities. Like I said, having aspects of efficiency are I found necessary to keep the energy pool high and not compromise that point as much as possible. And I mean, like I said, there's other abilities you could put in to give yourself more energy from the helmet. But again, I wanted to maximize my damage with Excalibur. And I mean, I can magnify the damage numbers if you need me to. I like to keep them reduced just to keep a lot of the clutter away from what I'm trying to see on the screen. Because it's bad enough you got everything just flashing in your face and blah 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 blah. But having the damage up to some minimal, it at least lets me know what kind of damage I'm inflicting, as well as make sure that I'm actually inflicting damage. Because sometimes it's like, am I hitting it? Am I doing damage? I can't tell. So, you know, having, oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention to this cash situation. Having the damage numbers up to a minimal at least helps that point. Let's see if we can't find.
Let's get to business. Right. Solutions and
We'll juice up while we're.
line them up and cut them down. They're half done.
See if we can't get this. I don't know. 23 seconds. Ha 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 ha. How many do you want me to get? Hopefully it's just 2. There we go. Good. Boom. We're good.
Proper pissed off. Hitters coming out of every nook and crook. I say,
So yeah, that's what's up with all that.
right. Who wants some?
Or something. Yeah, they actually, people were complaining about all the Eximus. I was like, I like all the Eximus, shoot. Because a lot of times you struggling to find Eximus. But yeah, DE said that was actually deliberate. But yeah, you want to take these green bastards out quick, because that beam from the sky ain't no joke. Yeah, half the time enemies are coming out so fast and you're taking them out so fast. I'm watching the mini map more so than anything else, so that I can fight and keep moving, get to the next enemy. You know, monitoring my health, monitoring where the enemies are on the mini map. I mean, like I said, I mean sometimes I can't even really appreciate how it all looks because I'm so focused on. You know, with the damage I'm doing and where the enemy is going to be next. And I mean, I'm fighting and looking in one direction and fighting another. What? There's something over here? No, I guess not. What? Where my health? Where'd my energy go? Every so often, you know, something happened and I have no. I'm like, what did I do to lose my energy? Or did something hit me? Yeah, give me some juice. But yeah, are there things out there that's going to do more damage? Yeah. Will you have a lot of ammo to keep going? Maybe not. Maybe. Like I said, I just like the way this all plays into my role play, and it's still effective too. But I mean, you know, you can tell by my build and what mods I put in it, I did pay attention to, you know, what's going to be effective and what's going to help me min-max it to a degree that's acceptable. Feel my wrath. But yeah, it's, you know, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. You know. But yeah, you always want to find that linchpin in the enemies, you know, because one's going to possibly be giving shields or health or just some bizarre form of damage like these green bastards in here. And, you know, you want to take them out before they give you too much of a problem. What? Interesting. Hurt me. Give me my energy. Yeah, sometimes I'll run into situations where I'm not getting enough damage or the right kind of damage, and it's not keeping me keeping my energy up enough. But it's all good. I can just, if I'm paying attention to the point, you know, slack off a certain way, take a little bit of damage, and then give myself the health back. But yeah, this is how I do what I do, and it likes to do what I do. Like I said, I need a quick exit, get the vanishing aspect with the Huros, and like I said, you can use your abilities. See, I'm using my abilities, and I'm still close. You know, that's one of the awesome aspects of the Huros. I mean, it's like having, you know, your own version without the helmet, you know, of you know, a lot of your cloakers. You know, Ash, Loki. You know, Wukong. Did I say that right? Nezha, my bad, not Wukong. Nezha. You know, and like I said, I like having the Skidjati as well as another aspect of that invisibility, to, you know, regardless of the Huros. Because sometimes, like I said, I'll run with the Vasca, and you know, I'll use the reflective aspects.
I had a good time talking and watching. Gotta hit the hay for work tomorrow.
Understood. Yeah, and understood. Yeah, I got to get up for my son too. Yes, thank you very much for joining and the questions, and Q&A, and sharing of your experience. It's been lovely. And yes, take care and enjoy. So yeah, viewers, that's what's up with me Excalibur. My Umbra, and let me see, what is she up to? That's that tank thing. We'll run it. We're you know, like I said, to honor the point of the episode and the series of Lady Eleanor, because like I said, next episode we should be getting that New Year's Kiss. We'll go ahead and run this tank again. I'll put it on public, and hopefully we won't regret that. Because depending on how you group up, it can go a little easier than not. But yeah, the conversation's been awesome. Like I said, this episode within Looping Machinations. Like I said, it's going to be really interesting to see what DE gives us as far as like who is the true machinator, who's the one really behind this time loop here in 1999.
Okay, first step. Get your hands on a Skuldra Commander's transponder. Congratulations on your promotion, Commander. Now, get to a comms terminal and use that thing to call in Stormfall paratroopers. Yeah, you heard me right. Stormfall paratroopers inbound. Wrestle those RPGs from their cold, dead hands.
These things were better than pond scum. Unclean and unholy. Stormfall. Purge them from my city.
Happy trails. Their time is done.
I think she mind controlled that one.
Stormfall, you are going up against the most dangerous breed of Techmont, the Hex. Best of luck to you. Good hunting. An object lesson in extremist self-delusion. The, Hex, high on their own supply, they mean to murder the Scaldra commander, devoted to keeping the infestation from your beds. But fear not. They march themselves towards purification only. Cameras rolling? Excellent. Watch and learn.
This isn't your city. We're here to evict you. Another barrier. Victor really wants to keep us out. Get your hands on a Thermian RPG and take it down.
Alright there, Mr. Broadsword. They got the grenade launchers way, way away. So we don't have anybody in chat. Let me turn up the music. Turn up the last design.
All of Höllvania bear witness to the weakness of the Hex.
That's good. But yeah, turning it down is helpful for when
Our plans depend on it. Stormfall.
trying to communicate with the people in chat.
Some see the terrifying as a disaster. I see the opportunity.
Mia's getting strange readings from that tank. You better finish it off quick.
Raj, looking good, it's interesting. Very nice. Got that fashion frame on.
One of you, filthy, wretched, diseased creatures done to my beautiful tank.
That's not Victor's tank. Doesn't mean it wants you any less dead. Take it down. Just look for the soft bits and hit it now. The tank's healing itself. Just like we did.
Yeah, the little thing sitting on the side of it.
Tank regeneration. We'll need to find a way to make the damage stick.
sometimes the little things that you're supposed to shoot on this thing are really hard to find. They don't always seem to spawn in the same place. Might be wrong on that. There we go. There we go. You got it.
Now it's dead. Victor has no idea what he's up against. Head home, rest up. We've got more to do tomorrow.
Stay in communication.
Lady Eleanor. I love the meaning of Eleanor's name too. I do not find it to be an accident there, viewers, on what Digital Extremes did in naming the various different characters, especially Arthur, of course, being the wielder of Excalibur, and Eleanor. Let me see if I can find. So I tried to take note of the meaning of Eleanor's name. Where did I put that? Yeah, her name has reference to shining light, biblically, actually. And let me see. But with her being the most affected by the tech rot, being able to control the other, control them, the fact that when you go through the Hex Quest Finale and the so-called indifference is like, oh, Eleanor's the first to die, and it's like, why is she necessarily the first to die? I feel like it has some type of significance, because, you know, they could have named Eleanor, you know, the character, anybody, anything that they wanted to, but they decided to go with Eleanor. And like, if you look up the name Eleanor and its meaning, and I do love the etymology of words and names and their meanings, but it means light-hearted or shining light, and has, like I said, biblical references as in the Bible. And to me, it's like Eleanor might be this sort of light bringer to the indifference in the way of itself. Who knows how to, but I find it rather poignant. And like for me in my role play, and the fact that my Tenno Wadidja here, who's, you know, wanted to woo her,
Blaze over for a bit, okay? And it needs me in his head.
And I like playing off of the point of Albert and Trotty's words of, oh, the poison to your plan, love. To me, the love that my Tenno has formed with Eleanor is a part of that poison to the plan, as well as the significance of Eleanor being this shining light. And light, as we understand, casts out darkness or illuminates the dark. You know, Eleanor has a biblical reference, and one could, you know, like I said, lend yourself to the points of the light bringer before the fall of grace. And like I said, it to me, it just plays in well with the whole, you know, love story that they seem to be spinning for us to have, and interplaying it with the ideas within 1999 and the gameplay and the storyline. Like I said, it's just, to me, a lot of happy accidents, or it's just really played well within my role play. It's super awesome. But yeah, it's always a pleasure having the viewers join me and tuning in, and like I said, I found rather poignant how Rose joins in, and like I said, a rose is oftentimes a symbol of love, and like I said, I'm really playing with this element of love and that Dee has presented us to us. And I'm a romantic at heart. I've written poetry, put out a book of poetry. My wife helped me edit it, and I published that years ago. It's free download. I have it linked in the description. But a lot of things that are said and mentioned in here strike at home, because my poetry is an expression of my heart soul. It's not really scripted in a way of, oh, here's for show and glitz and glam, and it's not blowing smoke up anybody's rear. It's pure in the point of my experiences and the manner of which I've seen the world and have been affected by the world and interest to affect the world. But yeah, it's like I like I said, the quotes that I've put down in various different videos that Digital Streams has brought to the table to us throughout the Hex Quest and throughout the Hex Quest Finale. Like it I got choked up. I got boo-hooing. Like, it's just very meaningful, very impactful. So it'd be interesting to see truly whose voice is echoing these words to us. Is it truly Albert Entrati? Is it this so-called indifference? With all this 1999 loop and herding us down this path of relationships and of love. As Albert Entrati said, the poison to his plan. So it's like, is the so-called indifference trying to figure out what this poison could be? Is it, is it something it can't comprehend, perhaps? Is it, I kind of beg to differ, because it seemed to have a way of pitting this element of love against other people, maybe in a fact of toying with it, perhaps an element of something it didn't understand, vindictiveness even, on a very cruel and high level, because it felt like it was being stolen in its ability, to attack the children of the Zariman, have their parents, your most beloved in your life, besides significant other, your first love, your parents, turn on their own children. Incredible that it would take its pain to such a level, its selfishness in its way, and so it's really intriguing to see what they'll do with the whole storyline of things, and whose voice truly has been echoing these very lovely and poetic phrases. The band online, in how their music and them saying at the end of the New Year's thing, hey, time heals everything, and time is everything, and time is love. Like, is it really their voice speaking? Is it some machination of everything controlling them to say these things? I mean, it seems to be using their music to infect people, in a frequency manner. And that reminds me, I wanted to check the receivers of these phones that I've been hearing going off to see can I hang up one of them? And I noticed one over where Arthur sits, and I noticed one up in the mall area. I want to take a quick look around real quick before I end the episode and see if I still hear the phone off the hook.
Here to get something off your chest?
I don't know if they are still off the hook the way they were. Maybe they may have changed that too. Take a quick swing around the mall. Like I said, it's phone booths like that. But
don't try to speech me. Just tell me what you want, and I'll tell you what I'm asking.
I'm not hearing any phones off the hook now. That's interesting.
I've midwifed several weapons that may be of interest. They are quite keen to meet you.
Midwifed. Yeah, I'm not hearing any phones off the hook anymore. That's interesting.
They're making a difference. That's a rare feeling in this line of work.
Yeah, that's interesting. I hear no.
Situation isn't ideal, but confidence is high. I'll take it.
I hear you there, broadsword. That's how I like. That's how I'm distinguishing, like distinguish between my other author and that author. I like to call him broadsword. Because with me, like I said, being an Excalibur main and in it for to be the sword, I gotta go with the author. Author. Behold, Excalibur, forged when the land was young. Bird, beast, and man were one
Sorry about your coins
with
again.
man. Yes, I really think Steve, the inceptors of this, the concept of Warframe, what it has to offer to us, really dug that movie. And several others, you know, like Crawl, for example. That's where we got the glaive from. But that was back in the day, man, where love stories were written a little bit different than they are in cinema now. Like, the love stories that were back then was like Never Ending Story, for example, and Crawl. Two really big examples. Like, love did win at the end of the day. Like, nowadays, love stories in a lot of sci-fi or even in just various different dramas, it's always this unrequited love. Love never fulfilled. Love never enjoyed past some moment.
Earlier today and just figured out by accident that I can carry my shield while on the run with Volt.
Yeah.
So sick, smiling face with sunglasses.
Right on. Right on. Yeah. Volt, I'm telling you, Volt is a community favorite, you know, because most of everything people want to get done quickly. And Volt's going to give that speed to the whole team to make that happen. As well as not just the speed to run through the mission, but every aspect of your attack is sped up. Damage! Maximum damage! I don't hear any phones off the hook anymore in the mall. That's wild. I think I walked around this whole thing. But there were used to be phones off the receiver, and I'm like, how come we can't hang them up? Oh, what's this? What's this, viewers? What's this? I did not know I could activate a computer terminal in the cyber shop. Yo. I'm glad I went walking around. Let's see what's up. Hold up, let me move my I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, let me press record. Oh wow. It's the roll-ups. Cool. It's the credits. Nice. Let me see. Okay, cool. I can go into it at any time. I was like, man, how long is that going to go? Like, I want to see them, but like, they could be scrolling for a minute. So yeah, I will definitely come back and get some footage of the credits off camera, because this could, like I said, this could go on for who knows how long. Because I'm, sure there's a lot of people involved with this to make it happen. But that's nice. I had no idea that was there. Come on, Arthur. Let's head on out. I'll tell you, I hope DE lets everybody else get this autonomy for their Protoframe skins. I mean, they need to allow it to be a quest, you know, so it's not a pay to win type of thing. But like, come on, like the autonomy of Umbra, they share it with the Protoframe skins when you equip it, and hopefully give us a toggle to turn that on and off if the people don't want it. Like, that's no kind of win shit. That's not a pay to win, even if they gave it free when you bought the skin. Like, you're not gonna win anything with that. You know what I'm saying? And even if you playing the normal mode, ain't but so far that's going to take you. But I understand people's concerns, and they'll make it free to pay to win, and it's free to play. Like, they really take it a bit far. Like, I get the point, but at the same time, it's like, yo,
that feels weird.
As I've had some discussions, it's pay to how to say, pay to do faster rather than pay to win. And like I said, it's a fucking thing of semantics. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing of semantics. Like, if I'm buying a weapon in the game faster than somebody else, if I'm getting Excalibur at whatever prime a Warframe before somebody else that has to grind to get it, okay, you're paying to get it sooner, but I'm also too winning. But we don't want to put that term to it because people gonna have a shit fit, and it's just like, whatever. But like I said, I don't get hung up like that on it. Other people do. I respect it, but you know. So if, to me, like I said, if they give us a nice little side quest to go ahead and allow us to gain autonomy in some way, I think personally it should come probably after the second dream, when you actually realize that, you know, who you truly are as a Tenno, and then you know, you see the Warframe move on its own, have its own volition to break war, the sword. To me, that's huge and significant. I mean, just to say what happened gives it significance, to break war, and you get the broken war sword. Like, dope. You know, I think it would be poignant for that, because I mean, players, when they come in, new players, they get something like, for us, like, it took years to come around to getting, you know, number one, Umbra and his autonomy, which is I play with as well, and use that tactic in various different occasions, because he will do a radial howl and blind enemies. He'll do certain things which are strategically advantageous to you, running around as the drifter or the operator. But yeah, to have that element available to a player right off the bat, with the cool Protoframe skins, I mean, that's huge. I mean, in my opinion, that's dope. That is super dope. Looks like they took the 1999 down on the feature. Interesting. But they listed it as new. But yeah, new player coming in, get to wear any one of these skins with their frame of choice. Huge. My hat's off to DE. Bravo. So yeah, that will go ahead and advance our time as a conclusion to the episode. And we do have 2 arcanes, or okay, we'll go with the arcanes. It's like my drop chance. Alright, confirm. Ooh. Oops. I'm gonna have to back the footage up to see what I got. I got primary crux. Oops. And something else. Oh yeah, arcane Bellicose? Okay, cool. We'll take that. Alright, so we are set. We are set. It'll be interesting to see how it comes through. Like, is it going to be interaction here? Is it going to receive some kind of message? Do we meet up with them in somewhere? Be interesting how they implement this New Year's Eve kiss. Like, I kind of know, but I'm not going to spoil the point. And it was kind of unfortunate how, you know, like I said, I stumbled onto it, but regardless, I didn't pursue what was being spoiled and leaked. Like I said, potential ban on them. Like, it's gonna, you know, I ain't wishing nothing on them, but I'm just saying, D don't like to play that, and most of the community typically doesn't like to play that. I'm shocked that they decided to release something like that on YouTube, because it's like that should be reserved for private chat group or wherever it is, but not like that. Either way, we're all set for the event. Looking forward to it. I will see you all next time for that. I believe, like I said, it's going to be UTC time, midnight.
I'm coming after you. So help me, I will march into the hooded woman's judgment hall and make her give you back.
Yes, it's midnight this Sunday, which is going to be the 12th. And before the 12th. So yeah, so it's, yes, right. Yeah, I gotta, hold up. That might be tomorrow. Hold on. I get a little confused on the way this whole the time change of things and the UTC time. Because wait a minute. Midnight for the 12th, UTC time should be actually tomorrow for me on Saturday. Hang on, let me look at my calendar. It's so confusing. Especially for something like this. If anybody can help me unconfuse myself, that'd be great. Let me look. So, like, right now is tomorrow. Right. It should be 7 o'clock tomorrow. Is 7 p.m. Eastern time should be midnight UTC time. Right. Sunday. Because if I waited Sunday 7 p.m. UTC time, then that would be Monday. Right. So I'm looking right now. UTC time is actually 4 o'clock. It's 4 a.m. Compared to my time. Right now it's 12 p.m. And UT sign is 4:12 a.m. Saturday. So yeah, you'll see me tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Yeah. 7 o'clock for our New Year's Eve kiss. So it'll technically be Saturday for me, but it'll be Sunday UTC time midnight. So yeah, I probably misstated before, and I apologize if I did in some kind of way, but I did get at least the time right as far as the UTC. It's just a matter of when that time falls in line with where you are in the world. Hopefully I explained that correctly. But right. Like right now it's 11. I turn 11:14. And it will be 4:14 a.m. tomorrow. So yes, 11:14 p.m. Friday for me. But it's 4:14 UTC time Saturday. It's trippy. But I'll be honest with you, it's poetic, because like I said, my that's what my mother used to always say to me when I was little. She'd be like, you were conceived in Jerusalem but born in America. I was conceived in the future but born in the past, because of the whole timeline, not timeline, but time zone situation. So yeah, I'm kind of a product of it. But in my mother's poetic way of talking about my conception and birth. So either who, looks like we'll be back tomorrow night, most definitely, 7 o'clock Eastern time, which will be midnight UTC time. So yes, thank you all viewers. We'll say goodnight to Lady Eleanor, and then love the way she purrs it. It will go to our the profile screen. We'll do a little turnaround and close out the broadcast there. And so yes, thank you all for viewing. Take care and enjoy.
I have seen some appallingly dark shit in people's minds. If I ever run out of here and just go screaming down the alleys, don't worry, just wait patiently for me to come back. Because I always will. Lovers come and love... What's that? If you ever lose sight of the wonder you are, I will gladly be your mirror. I'm... Closer. Cheerio then. I miss pubs. Don't suppose you've ever been in a pub? This place isn't the same. Too new, too... pizza.
Thank you for viewing.